One day last week, I was on shift in the emergency room at the Kootenay Lake Hospital in Nelson, and a couple of paramedics that I really respect and have enjoyable repartee with, they dropped by while I was working on some of my notes. And they said, "Jim, what are your plans going forward? Are you going to do more political things?" Simple, I said. I want to do more advocacy on improving our healthcare system in Canada because there's an awful lot that we need to improve. And they immediately fully agreed with me. So here I am, working on transforming Canadian healthcare. Hey there, I'm Jim Wiedrick. I work as an emergency room doctor throughout the interior of southeastern British Columbia. And long-term subscribers will know that over the last 18 months, I put out a lot of cool interviews with folks who live and work in the zone of southeastern BC as I was exploring how could we improve healthcare in that zone. Well, let's make the topic bigger. Let's go big or go home. Let's talk about transforming Canadian healthcare. So we don't have to be zeroed in on a particular geography. Let's just start embracing the topic and see how it is that we can galvanize support for making things improved. Because on a go-forward basis, I see a big appetite, but also a big gap in how we have those conversations. So people want to talk about it, but sometimes the whole topic of healthcare improvement isn't actually accessible to everyone. That's my mission. I want to make these videos with hot takes and short explainers so that everyone can get their hot pot right around the notion of what it would mean to actually get ideas hot off the presses and moving in the right direction so that we can have a better overall Canadian healthcare system. So today's topic, in a single word, is change. And I don't mean like change for the bus. Hey, one of my dad's favorite expressions was always, "Don't take any wooden nickels." Well, that was a great idiom. And if you really want to know the origin source of that, type wooden nickels in the comments and I'll make sure you get an explainer on where that came from. But if you're not going to take bad currency or something that you can't spend when you're making a financial transaction, what are we really talking about? Of course, we're talking about the kind of change that means put on a new pair of clothes, choose a new path, point in a new direction. Because I think everyone can agree that that old cliche about always doing the same things and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Well, of course it is. And are you not tired of hearing how the only fix we need in healthcare is to spend more money or put more resources in it? That's the tired old progressive argument, the argument that the government just doesn't spend enough, and if only it would spend more, we'd be fine. Oh man, we've been doing that for decades. We've been doing that for my whole adult life. Take a look at the stats. The percentage of provincial government budgets is constantly going up when it comes to having to spend on healthcare. And yet, I don't think anybody can meaningfully say that they think their healthcare has gotten better in the 21st century. Oh, it's treaded water. It's held its own. And we do some things okay. But we're on kind of like life support here. We are not thriving and cruising at a nice high altitude. There is so much more we could do about it if we would truly be honest and say, okay, maybe we should start a new path. So pause for a moment, and I hope you'll agree with me that it's a readily observable fact that a high percentage of our Canadian population gets really resistant when we start talking about change in Canadian healthcare. So why do you think that is? Have you ever heard the notion that there are only two primary emotions? One is love and one is fear. Would you agree with me that the resistance to change is primarily rooted in fear? And I have seen, when I really get down to talking with people, that there's two big fears that the average citizen, the average healthcare participant in our Canadian society has around potential change. And it goes, well, holy smokes, maybe that's going to cost me money. Or, holy smokes, you're just talking about US style stuff. Okay. So let's throw that second one out right away. Nobody needs to emulate the United States healthcare system. They have got all the problems in the world that they can handle. Let's let them have it. There are so many systems worldwide that do it different and do it better and provide services on a quicker and more accessible system basis than Canada does. So start with the notion that there is the possibility of doing better and that other countries not named the United States of America have concepts that seem to work. And then number two, could we please all accept that we actually pay a lot for our healthcare? We don't have free healthcare. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Do you know that the statistic is that the average family of four in Canada pays approximately $20,000 to $25,000 in taxes each year to go to support the healthcare system, healthcare budget, the provision of healthcare in this country? $20,000 to $25,000 is not anything to sneeze at. That is a substantial portion of an average family's take-home pay. Whether you look at their gross pay, their net pay, all sorts of things, if $20,000 to $25,000 goes to the tax system for it, then healthcare isn't free. Okay. So I would say that everybody in this country, every tax-paying person in this country has a vested interest in knowing that their tax dollars are spent well. And here's my insider secret, my insider point. I don't think we're doing a good job of it, okay? So while you're stopping and thinking about it, hey, Jim, where are you going with this? Hit the subscribe button. There are videos coming out every week this year, and we're going to talk about a new facet of this all the time. Drop a like, hit subscribe, stay in there with me. But acknowledge that we don't have to be victims to fear. So it's time for making our system better. It's time to embrace change. And it's time to point a path forward. Let's transform Canadian healthcare. Are you with me?